Medical Watch tonight, masks and communication.
Dina Baer has more on how face coverings impact the hearing impaired.
They protect us from the virus that causes COVID-19, but they mask our expressions and speech. And for those who rely on reading lips as a way to compensate for hearing loss, it's been a struggle to turn up the volume during the pandemic.
You can customize it for your home.
Dan Perilli uses an app to adjust the hearing aids he's been wearing for 6 years.
Before that, I had never heard a bird chirp or many sounds.
Diagnosed with profound hearing loss, a condition he's had since childhood, the 74-year-old from Skokie says the devices freed him of the lifelong isolation he felt as a result of his impairment.
And then all of a sudden, it's gone.
Masks have outpowered his high-tech devices and hindered his ability to use a secondary tool, speech recognition.
My hearing aids are incredibly technologically advanced. Nothing will overcome a mask. And I believe personally that there's probably 40% or more of what I hear is something I see in the person I'm talking to. Now I don't have that.
A lot of people think like, oh, I just hear with my ears, but listening involves hand gestures, lip reading, speech reading, looking at the context, and then also hearing or detecting the speech that they're supposed to be hearing or the environmental noise. Then we put that all together to kind of get the comprehension that's needed to understand the conversation.
Audiologist Dr. Marie Vetter-Tolson has seen a steady increase in patients seeking a solution during the pandemic. Donna Doyle got fitted back in June with barely noticeable devices.
I didn't realize how much I was watching people's lips until I got the hearing aid.
The 75-year-old wanted to hear her grandchildren more clearly.
My grandson, the very first day that I got these, I was cooking in the kitchen in the front of the house. He was in his room in the back of the house, and I could hear him talking to someone. He was like shocked.
Dr. Vetter-Tolson regularly tweaks her patients' devices to make sure they're picking up the higher frequencies, often muddled by a mask.
The masks, depending on the material that it is or a face shield, that affects the frequencies. Most times it's high frequency sounds that help give clarity to speech. So in the high frequencies, those are what are lowered when somebody wears a mask. So we want to make sure that these are all in the that are all loud enough so that we can detect speech at an appropriate level.
In addition to hearing aids, she stocks clear masks.
We have quite a few patients who have asked us for them, and they say how much of a difference they know and how much easier it is to hear because they can see our lips and our face move while we're talking to them.
And says there are strategies to help boost more clear communication.
Asking people to rephrase their phrase that they're talking about, asking them to slow down their speech will definitely help. If you are with somebody who has hearing loss, slowing down your speech, rephrasing it, getting their attention before you talk to them.
Another problem is when people remove their masks, their hearing aids are popping out and they're losing them. One more thing to be mindful of as we follow the safety guidelines of the pandemic. Back to you.